Recording. Damn, dude. Look how nice we look.
We're reverse versions of each other.
That's pretty sick.
Are those pants brown? They're brown.
Yeah, they're brown.
Oh, I thought they were black.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the podcast. How you doing, buddy?
I got yelled at by a homeless person right before I left work, and it made me sad.
What'd they yell at you for?
They were sitting at the... Well, I don't. To be fair, I don't know if they were homeless or not, but they were a little crazy, I guess.
Yeah.
And they were sitting at the table for a while, and then I went to the back and I was restocking everything, and I came back to the front. They were still there, and one of my regulars was there, and they texted me like, "Yo, this person's here. Maybe tell him to leave." And I was like, "Fuck, all right." So I got outside. I was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry, but like the tables and chairs are for our customers. If you're not planning on getting a drink, like I have to ask you to leave." And then they just fucking opened up on me. And I was like, "Whatever, man. Policy's the policy. Get a drink or get the fuck out." No, actually, I didn't curse. I made a point to not curse or lose my tempo. But I was like, "Listen, this is the policy. If you're not going to get anything, leave." And they were just losing their shit. And then they said I wasn't intelligent enough to have a conversation with them.
Nice.
And
that's the sign of a nice person when they insult
Right.
your intelligence.
And
Why are you drinking tea?
we don't have anything else, and making yerb was going to take too long. So
That's a fair point.
Having some tea.
I made the discovery this morning that I think I'm like legitimately addicted to hot sauce.
Really?
And the reason is because
Everything's just so boring without it, dude.
everything
You need
is
the flavor.
No, dude, I swear to God. Because I was having a lot of stomach issues, and then I cut out all like this, like drenching everything in hot sauce like I usually do, and then my stomach issues went away. But now I am actively like, oh, I should not do this. Like it's just, I'm gonna fuck myself up, and then hot sauce all over my fucking burrito, and like right now my stomach is like on fire. Like it feels like I have knives in my
That really
lower
sucks because you
intestines.
love spice.
I fucking love it, but it's so bad for me.
That's so funny.
But it's like I'm addicted. I'm like,
what if you just get Chipotle, no Tabasco, but say you get like the what is it? The red salsa? Is that
The hot
spice?
one?
Is that the hotter one?
Yeah.
Right? Does that fuck you up? Like just Chipotle?
the hot one will, the green one won't, and the pico obviously doesn't.
Yeah. Damn.
But like I can't. Yeah. But I love it.
That's rough.
So I fuck myself up. Anyway, episode 50. I think that's this one, right? Yeah,
think so.
episode 50.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little celebration for our year anniversary, which I guess is like the 53rd episode because there's 52 weeks. I don't know. We'll do something fun. Maybe Karl will wear a costume. But, you know, we have this little thing. There we go.
I'll cross dress for the 1 year.
Hell yeah. This little thing right here. I've been meaning to talk about this. I've had it like in my notes of what I want to talk about on the podcast for like 4 weeks, but we never get around to it. So I'm going to force us into it really quick. This thing right here is Karl's new toy. And that's the company that runs it?
Ranger Effects.
Ranger Effects. Are they a big company?
No.
Shout out to Ranger Effects. They made this. Well, I guess it's your pedal. I guess you should talk about it.
Yeah. It's called the Minibar. Here. Look at it.
It's not
I know, but still. Look. See that circle right there is a contact lens reservoir thing. Whatever the fuck. You keep your contact lenses in.
Little
you
contacts.
blind fucks. It's one of those containers, and inside of it there's 2 screws, So essentially, this is an overdrive pedal, which is like a form of distortion. And the way it works is that you put liquid in that little reservoir, and that liquid is what completes the electrical circuit to make the pedal make sound. And what liquid you choose to use in it will affect the tone and gain of the pedal. So the gain being input gain, which is if you have a lot of input gain, that's what really overdrives the signal. If you don't have a lot of gain, that's what makes it less distorted sounding. The tone would be like if it's really bassy or really high frequency and airy sounding. And it's really cool. So I just decided to commit to permanently using mezcal in it because makes a kind of cool sound out of it. But the two things that affect it are opacity. So there's a light meter in there that shows that measures how much light can travel through it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Opacity, like dark or light, like clear or dark. That's why when we tried honey, it was a little bit bassier because it was darker.
Wait, I'm just confused. Opacity meaning like the visual aspect of something?
Yeah, that's why there's a light in there. There's like a light meter inside of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I didn't know it was that. Wait,
Yeah.
Where's the light meter though?
Probably underneath the plastic.
Let me see.
So it shines a light up. When you turn it on, that whole circle glows. So it shines a light.
That's mezcal.
It shines a light into the reservoir, and it,
Interesting.
And then the other thing that controls it is how conductive the liquid is. So high conductive liquids equal low tone, and low conductive liquids equal high tone. So, yeah. It's fun to just experiment with, but mezcal's a pretty sick sound, so I'm just going to keep doing that because I'm not going to drink this, so it should last me a while.
This is a video of Karl playing his new pedal. This is the sound of plugging your guitar into mezcal.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Hello. All right, so Minibar demo. Here's my clean tone with nothing on it. Come here. Now it's a party. Fun.
Nice.
I have homework to do today.
Yeah, you got to film it. You know what? You know what I've seen? Like, our boy. He's totally our friend, Jamie Sirota.
Yeah.
We shouted him out on the podcast. I think he commented on it once. But he's got all these like weird pedals and stuff like that he likes to show off. Like he's got one. It honestly looks like this. It's got a light meter and it's got a fidget spinner. So it modulates
the tremolo thing.
Yeah, like modulates the signal based off of how fast the fidget spinner's going. But
that's cool.
I've recently been getting like super nerdy about guitar pedals. I guess I don't know. People should know. I mean, but if you don't know what guitar pedals are, is they're these little boxes. Sometimes they're usually a little bit bigger than this. That change the sound of your guitar, and in many different ways. There's many. Like this is a overdrive distortion pedal. Overdrive or distortion, depending. There's like a million of them. And each one is subtly different, but you can get really, really deep into this world of guitar pedals. And I recently had a little stint where I got super like, I don't know. I just dove head first. I was trying to build a pedal board. So I found what's it called?
Piece of wood.
Yeah, but what are they called?
A pallet.
A pallet. I saw a pallet on the side of the road.
And he said, Eureka.
Yeah, exactly.
And he went and got it.
Yeah, and I went and I like broke it apart, but like carefully, so I didn't lose
its integrity.
Yeah, its integrity. But so I'd spent like 3 hours methodically like taking this pallet apart to like salvage all the wood, and then I like sanded it down, and then I was gonna make it into a pedal board, and it like wasn't the right size, and I couldn't make it work. And then the next morning I realized there was a big crack down the middle of the one that was the right size. So I was like, okay, I can't do that. So then I went to Home Depot and I just bought some wood.
Which is this really cool store where you can buy supplies to build things. And he bought all the wood that he needed. So then what happened?
And then I started sanding it all down. I started getting it all ready. And then I started putting my pedals on. And I've got like a new song for our live set that kind of requires a lot of pedals. And all the pedals that I needed wouldn't fit on my pedal board. So now I'm just using the pedal board that we already had in the garage that already existed and was designed and built by someone much better than I am. However, the moral of the story,
sometimes it's all about the journey.
I had more fun trying to build this piece of shit fucking pedal board than many. I don't know how. I don't know what the analogy
Then all
is.
you fucks have buying pedal boards.
Yeah, no, I had a really good time, and it just got me like. It sent me down a rabbit hole of like looking into pedals and like what I wanted to put on the board, and then also like designs for the board, and it just really made me think about how important the pursuit, like the deep pursuit of a hobby is to me personally and like my happiness. Obviously, being a musician, a lot of that comes in the form of like writing and recording songs and stuff like that and rehearsing songs. But sometimes when you do that a lot, you know, it's like you need this new flair, and like building this pedal board kind of gave me this like childlike thing where it's like, ooh, this is so much fun. And I was watching, you came, you said, I don't know if you, yeah, you saw it. We were watching Chef's Table last night.
Mm-hmm.
And we were watching the one episode about the monk, and she is a chef. Or she doesn't consider herself a chef. She considers herself a monk, and she just cooks. But all these other people have like seen her work and like tasted her food, and all these like crazy Michelin star chefs are like, I must learn from you, right? And her whole thing is that she's not in pursuit of fame or fortune or glory or anything like that. She's just in the pursuit of like Buddhism and stuff through, I don't know why I said it like that, like
through bomb food, bro.
Yeah, like she's just in, she equates cooking to a form of enlightenment. And one of the things that she said in this episode that like really resonated with me was the deep loving pursuit of anything. When you put all of your energy and all of your focus into pursuing and progressing in a direction towards something, that is a form of enlightenment. Like anything you do, whether it's something silly like me where I'm like, all right, I'm going to build this fucking pedal board out of scrap wood just to see if I can. Or if it's like, I'm going to write an amazing song. Or if it's like, I'm going to write a movie and finish a script, or something as simple as like, yo, I want to just like make a bomb new peanut butter and jelly recipe, whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
You know? Whatever it is, that pursuit, as long as you're fully immersed in it, is a form of enlightenment. And I fuck with that so much.
Yeah. I feel that. I like that.
Nice. Good, I'm glad.
I can get behind it.
Cool.
Um,
Oh my god, dude! You know what I can't get behind? Running. Holy shit! I started to.
It's hard, huh?
I'm trying to run these days. By these days, I mean yesterday and today.
Fuck. Where Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura are planning that 5K. David and I want to run it if it's in LA. I don't think they've announced where it is yet. They haven't.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, comedians. Tom is not fat anymore, but Bert is like a big guy, and it's like
he's trimming down though, bro.
Yeah, he's
like
trimming
down
down.
like 40
They're
or
all-
50 pounds.
But their whole thing is they're like, all right, let's get like fucking. The joke was like, let's get like really fucking fat comedians. So if you guys know who Stavros is,
that guy's a
large
big boy.
guy. They're trying to get him to run a 5K. 5K by May. Shane Gillis, big dude. Tim Dillon, big guy. So they're getting all these people, and they're getting people who are in shape too.
Shane Gillis is gonna rock that shit, dude. He's fine.
I don't know, dude. I don't know the guy. But the whole point is like they're calling like 5K by May, 5K by May, and they're getting all these like out of shape people to be able to run a 5K in the month of May. And I am one of those people. I cannot run for my fucking life. So I've been running around the neighborhood and I've been trying to get myself ready for this 5K. If it's not in LA, I'm not going to do that one, but it'll still be cool. Maybe I'll run my own 5K.
Nice. Yeah. I've had stints where I run for exercise purposes. Last time I got into it, I realized I had some fucking problems with my left knee, which sucks, but I'll power through if I can do this 5K.
I wrote running off a lot for a long time because of like the knees.
Yeah.
I was hurt. My knees hurt. Right now, I'm dying. I should stop running for my health.
No, you should keep going.
Yo, speaking of pedals, remember that you know that JHS pedal we saw? Or maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was, I don't know. JHS came out with a new pedal, and I dug into it just briefly to figure out what it was. It's a DIY pedal kit.
Oh, yeah, you were talking to me about this a little bit.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It's
Is it the Klon?
It's a Klon Centaur.
Of course it is.
Clone.
Of course it is. Does it come with goop to put on over the circuit?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
No, it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. Let me explain something to everybody who doesn't know the pedal world. The Klon Centaur is an overdrive pedal that is thousands of fucking dollars. I don't know what it is. I think it's like literally 10 grand, something like that. People love this fucking pedal. And then everybody made clones of it, which are just like fake versions of it. But the fake versions are very, very good. And you can get it to sound exactly like it.
It's not even, hold on. The clones are exactly what they are. They're clones. Like, there's no discernible difference to the electronics that these clones have. They're just not the original Klon Centaur.
The reason Karl mentioned goop was in the Klon Centaur, there was goop all over the circuit. So you couldn't see what the circuit was. People figured out how to get the goop off. The circuit went on the internet. Everybody makes these pedals now. So JHS, which is an amazing pedal company. I love their pedals. The guy who runs it,
Josh.
that's his name, Josh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh was like, I'm not going to make a Klon clone, a Centaur clone. I'm going to let you make one. So he made a DIY pedal kit where you can make a Klon Centaur clone yourself. I'm 100% getting it, but they're on back order right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I really, really want to try that.
That's fun.
It's just very cool.
Do you have to get a soldering iron?
No.
Oh, that's cool.
It's all soldering free.
Interesting. That's nice.
Yeah.
I was going to fix the jack on my telly myself. I found a jack upgrade, and I was going to buy it. Was like $4
The
because
thing that's like all four sides get.
yeah.
I know. I saw that. I got that ad too.
It's cheap. It's like $4 on Sweetwater. And,
Really?
Yeah. And there's another upgrade that you can get that replaces the cup. That's what the jack on tellies is called, the cup, with like a more rounded one that has screws in it, so it's more stable and won't get loose and fucked up. But I don't have a soldering iron, so I'm not going to be doing that myself.
We should get a soldering iron. I took apart one of my pedals the other day to try to see what was involved. That's how crazy I got. When I was like doing the pedal board thing, I wasn't
But you
just...
took apart a digital pedal though. Like, you're not going to find out a lot from like a digital overdrive pedal.
I don't know. There was other stuff in there. It would look cool.
It does look cool.
It was
That's true.
sick. That's how deep I got into this pedal thing. I took apart one of my pedals. Here's a photo of it. This is what it looks like now. I I can't figure out how to put it back together.
Shout out Behringer.
Yeah, shout out Behringer. But yeah, you were saying?
I don't know.
You don't know what you're gonna say?
No. I'm trying out this new thing. I put my phone on black and white.
I'm trying to see if
apparently it will deter you from using your phone as much because it's more. People are like, it's more boring, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's probably science behind it that like the reason that a lot of us are addicted to our phones is like we'll open it and go on Instagram and not even process what we're looking at. It's just like dopamine fixes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the black and white thing will like, one, make you pay attention to what you're looking at and maybe realize that you don't actually want to be looking at it. But then two, the lack of color probably stifles that sort of quick dopamine thing. So
that's
I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
it's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think it is. It's what's his name?
Huberman?
Oh, Huberman told you to do that?
No. I'm asking you.
No, it's
I'm
like
guessing.
his name's like Hermosi or some shit like that. He's like a sales guy. I don't know. I saw him on the internet. He's like really fucking jacked, but he wears like Crocs and he wears those fucking nose strips.
Oh yeah,
That guy.
I want those too, bro. I want to start taping my mouth, and I want the nose strips and everything.
You should get the nose strips because you have the worst fucking sleep apnea. I don't know if that'll help your sleep apnea.
It should. I mean,
I listen to Karl die on a nightly basis. Karl will snore like a fucking mongoose. Do mongoose? Why did I want to say mongoose?
I don't know. Maybe a bear snores like a bear is usually that's usually
Karl snores like a mongoose. But and then you'll hear him like, and then you'll hear him stop fucking breathing like, and then he like gasps for air. It's alarming at first, but now it's just white noise. Fuck, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, it's like I saw the Hermosi dude said it, and then our friend and Noah, he did it, and he said it's really awesome.
Yeah. I ran into somebody yesterday that had it, and I was like, oh shit, I'll try it out. Fuck it. I mean, I'm mostly on my phone when I'm like at work and it's really slow for like X amount of time. But
I've been trying to set those fucking like limits.
Yeah, I just have that for Google Chrome, really.
You have that set for Google Chrome. The fuck you doing? Watching too much porn? Like,
I guess I did it when I was like no social media, but then I was like catching myself hit the browser Instagram, and I was like, "That's cheating, Karl."
You ever fucking do that?
But now it just fucking tells me that I've run out of time when I'm watching football. I'm like, "Fuck off! I'm trying to watch football."
That's there was a comedian we saw recently at that what's it called? Sorry, there's my sock.
The Bourbon Room?
Yeah, at the Bourbon Room, and she was talking about I don't want to give away her bit, but I'm gonna give away her bit. She was like, "Oh, I deleted Instagram off my phone, but now I've reached a whole new level of like addiction and loneliness. I'm just like scrolling through old photos."
Yeah.
You ever do that? Or you like
your own photo
you delete
library.
Instagram or TikTok or whatever off your phone, and then you like scroll through photos, or like what Karl is talking about is you delete the social media off your phone, and you're like, oh yeah, this is good, and then you just start using like the clunky internet browser version of the fucking app, and then you're just back onto it.
But I will say something about this black and white thing that really like tripped me out to the point where I was like, oh God, this is not good. Was that like if I was like on Instagram for 10 minutes or like texting somebody for like 10 minutes or something like that, and I'm just looking at like texts and like photos in black and white, and then I'd put my phone down and look back up, my vision was like fucked up for a couple of seconds where I was like,
Really?
Yeah, like like POS, right? We use Square. All the tiles were like black and white for a quick second, and then they'd fade back to like color real quick. Like not like a long time, but it's like if you stare at the sun and then you look away and you can still see the sun, that kind of thing.
I think that's burning into your retinas.
Or like if you look at this ring light and then you close your eyes, you can still see.
I think that's the light burning your retinas.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like the ones where they're like, oh, watch the circle, and then you look away, and then everything's like, wee.
Yeah. So it was really bizarre because I was like, oh shit, like fucking 15 straight years of like having a phone all the time. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, if like changing it to grayscale is what made me realize, like looking away from it, that it's like having a lasting effect, even though it's just a couple of seconds. I was like, damn, bro, that shit's definitely fucked us up so much for years and years and years.
You think?
Maybe it's definitely had an effect.
No. Yeah. No, it definitely has. Do you think in like 10 years, 20 years, social media is going to be like cigarettes? Where everyone's like, yo, like, we knew it wasn't great for you, but
We're already getting there with porn. Have you ever gotten like a video on Instagram of like somebody telling their story of how they were a porn addict and how they had to quit porn and all that shit?
No. I mean, no. I mean, I know that's a thing, but I have not got it on.
And there's like, have you ever
Social
seen
media.
like comments in like comment section?
Definitely not. I definitely
People
don't get
like
those videos. No,
shitting on like, you know, like a rant, like, oh, could be a fucking like girl like cooking something, and then there's like dudes that are like, oh my god, she's so hot, and then like people will roast them for being porn addicts because it's like you're sexualizing a cooking video on Instagram, dude. Like, quit watching porn. You ever see that?
What, like in the comment section?
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's like, I feel like there's this thing that is like, people are addicted to porn, and that's like just becoming a fucking thing. So
yeah.
Even further from that, the next thing is like social media for sure, especially since like a lot of social media is sexualized now. So, you know, I got there, guys. I got there to my point. Don't flame me for my algorithm.
Yeah, the porn addiction thing is interesting because it's like a new addiction. Well, I mean, it's not a new addiction. Well, maybe it is.
Of course it is. Internet porn, bro.
But like even as longer than internet, it's newer than internet porn has been around because like people haven't recognized it until now.
No, it's because like
I'm sure there was people addicted to fucking porn before internet porn too.
Yeah.
DVDs, magazines, they got fucking hordes of it.
But it's crazy because like people in porn are now becoming just like real influencers. Like those lines got blended between like, oh, there's porn stars and then there's respectable famous people, and now those lines are getting blurred, and like you're seeing like
Porn stars and just
like Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura had a porn star on their podcast.
yeah, what's her name?
I don't know.
Fuck. I don't know. Yeah, but like
So
I think
the accessibility has become like less shamed, but then its overuse is obviously having an effect on mostly men, but you know.
So then you think that is the stepping stone into realizing that social media is obviously everyone knows social media is damaging. When I made the comment about like
Do you think we're going to be like seeing commercials for like getting help with quitting Instagram and shit?
Or like is there going to be age restrictions on social media enforced by the government like buying cigarettes? You can't buy cigarettes unless you're 21?
What do you think about that? We're at 28 minutes right now.
28 minutes. What do I think about that?
Yeah,
You're asking me about my opinions of the government intervening in private affairs?
Well, I don't know. Do you think that 10-year-olds should be able to buy cigarettes? Do you think social media is troubling enough?
I think probably. Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. No. Fuck it. No.
Or do
you should not be. You don't need to be 10 years old and on TikTok. You don't need that.
Yeah, but do you think that maybe that's probably just should be in the responsibility of parents to be like, you know, not fun parents and being like, no, you're not fucking going on TikTok.
Hang on, real quick, because this is, and we're back. Should it be on the responsibility? This is a big topic.
Yeah.
This is a big one. So, my personal philosophy of children being on the internet is I probably think they definitely should not be on social media. I don't think it's healthy. It's not healthy for me. I don't think it's healthy for anybody. So as a child, I definitely don't think it's healthy for a child. So that's all I will definitively say. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be smart enough to argue of the ethics or the unforeseen consequences of government intervention within social media companies. I'm not even like the government stepping in and saying, Facebook, you can't have 10-year-olds on here. I'm not going to sit here and I don't want to have an opinion on that because there's so much there. And I'm truly saying that, like, I don't know. Like, my knee-jerk I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say what my knee-jerk reaction is. I just know that there's plenty of people out there with plenty of opinions on this specific thing with lots of facts to back it up, and I don't know what those facts are, so I'm not even going to pretend. I'm not even going to say my opinion on that aspect. But, no, 10-year-olds should not be on fucking Instagram, whether it's up to the parents or the government. Again, not touching that one.
Yeah, I don't think that there is like an argument to be made that, like, at least not yet, that like social media is affecting a person's brain or body enough to have it be a hazard the way that cigarettes are, which is why they're illegal for people under the age of 18 or 21, depending what state you're in this country, not everywhere. So I don't think we'll ever see that sort of limitation on it.
So you're saying that
I think that it would be gracious of these companies, of these tech companies, to make it easier for parents to have some sort of like effect on the algorithm that their kids have access to.
Technically, I think there is. There's like YouTube Kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's so oversimplified. You know what I mean?
Pause.
I feel like there could be more effort to be able to tailor an algorithm to a child that is still supervised in some way. You know what I mean? Because, like, young kids are just curious, so they're gonna get weird, fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Like, if they're completely tethered to some sort of like guidance, right? Which is why these apps are kind of like troublesome from parents' perspective, at least. You know what I mean? And the internet as a whole. So I don't necessarily think that there needs to be a government intervention, but it would be nice to see there be some effort for it to benefit, children, instead of just being this like toxic, unwavered thing. But
you can't.
If hypothetically, if and when I have children, they're just like fucking. They're gonna get the first phone that I had when I was their age, type shit, bro. They're getting a Nokia, bro. Yeah. I'll track one down. I think, and then when they're 16, then whatever. Like, fuck. Like, everybody's gonna be on that shit anyways. When we were kids, way back when I first got Instagram, I think I was in 10th grade, and at that point, like, there was like famous things, like, remember What Does the Fox Say and that shit?
Yeah.
Like, that was like a really famous video on YouTube, and I guess maybe also Vine at the time. But for me, like, social media was just like, I followed a bunch of people that we went to school with, and that was it.
It's definitely changed.
It wasn't exploring as much.
It definitely hasn't changed, because it used to be much more like, what's Karl up to, or what's David up to, or what's Colin up to, and now it's like,
not who's blasting this porn star's ass today.
I think what you're saying about like the algorithm, and like, I don't like that we're sitting the same way and we're also matching today. That's weird.
We're not matching.
We are matching.
I have denim, and I have black on.
I have black and denim.
You have brown pants.
And you have brown shoes. And we're both wearing white socks.
Okay. And I have a blue hat.
I have blue eyes.
So do I.
You think that hat is blue?
What color is it?
Black.
No, it's blue.
Oh, it's like very, very dark blue.
Gaslighter. Fuck you.
Karl's colorblind. So when he's talking about all this like whole like, oh, I've turned my phone to grayscale, it doesn't look any different to him.
That's not true.
That's how colorblind works. Fuck. Oh, I hear what you're saying about like maybe if there's a more tailored algorithm to kids, but
I like at the end of the day, it's like
that's a big ask.
It's also a business, and they don't want kids to have a tailored algorithm because that's not what hooks them into the fucking jaws of the goddamn.
Let's bar any sort of
shit.
the like inappropriate things that kids can see. Like, let's take that out of the equation. Let's pretend that like what you like everything is child appropriate. I'm not even necessarily talking about like the inappropriate aspect, because you could just go on fucking Google and search up like people dying and see it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the social media aspect, the TikTok, the Instagram reels, the that fucking like crazy cracked out
TikTok brain.
Yeah. You know when you scroll a lot one day and at the end of the day you're fucking exhausted but wired at the same time? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Maybe.
That you do like
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, whoo, like after you like I gotta go to bed, and you're like still like, but you're so tired. I don't know. Maybe I am the only one who gets that, but like that's a fucked up feeling. That cannot be good for you, especially for a developing brain.
I also just feel like
well, 36. We're good.
Yeah. I also just it's not good for kids to like not want to go and fucking do something else. You know what I mean? Like, how many times like do we like all sit around all separately on our phones here? Like,
I would really like to not do that ever again, because it's been really fucking bothering the shit out of me.
yeah, but it happens, right?
Yeah.
Fucking imagine like a group of like 10-year-olds hanging out summer vacation, and that's what ends up happening. Like,
I will say
in a basement somewhere where it's like, fuck man, go outside.
I will
Go
say
play in the street.
that I am a teacher. Like, I teach exactly the group that we're talking about. Kids, young kids, middle school kids, and they are on social media. But I will give you, because I've had this conversation before, and they're like, and people have said like, kids don't go outside anymore. They're just fucking on their iPhones all day. That's not true.
They get bored of it.
That's not true. Kids are still kids. They still go outside. They still play fucking games. They still converse.
Nice.
It's
also, it's not like they're allowed on their phones in school and shit.
correct.
Yeah.
They're not allowed on their phones.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing. If you just limit the amount of phone access. And I also think the same way, it's like if you and I scroll too much, eventually you're like, whew, I need to get off my phone.
Yeah. And also it's whether or not a parent chooses to let their kid have an iPhone or a flip phone.
Let's not talk about these
or
kids
whatever
anymore.
the fuck.
Let's get more into what we can like actually personally relate to. What you obviously turned your phone to grayscale.
Yeah.
You set your limits for Instagram and TikTok.
No, I don't look at anything for that long, to be honest. I don't look at TikTok, period.
I'd be willing to bet that you're wrong. I'd be willing to bet that you're wrong, and I think if you set the time limits, you'd be like, holy shit, I spend so much time on Instagram.
I don't know. What's your daily phone usage? Do you get that notification ever?
I don't know. Let's look at it. How do you see it?
I only see it when I get like a notification for it.
Is it in settings?
Probably.
Usage.
Usually do, for me, it's somewhere around
today.
4.
Screen time.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So
that,
today it is 2:39 in the afternoon, and I am at 2 hours and 8 minutes already. 46 minutes of those Instagram. I did a lot of scrolling this morning. 22 minutes on messages. 8 minutes on Apple Books, listening to a book.
Where is it in settings?
No, just search
Screen time.
screen time. And then books, YouTube, a little Spotify, and some Gmail. Let me look at my week. Oh, look at that. I'm almost at my daily. That's high. My daily average. Wow. 2 hours and 50 minutes is my daily average of total screen time.
Mine's 4 hours.
Huh. Looks like I'm better than you.
You are. How do I see today? See all activity.
Look,
today, I'm at an hour and 56 minutes.
All right. Damn.
20,
Okay, how much time you spent on Instagram today?
14 minutes.
Damn. You beat me.
21 minutes is on text messages.
What's all your screen time from?
I don't know.
Let me guess. Spotify.
I don't know. It doesn't add up.
Let me see.
Maybe I just had my phone open and on. Because I have it set so my phone doesn't automatically lock.
Oh,
So
why? What if someone comes up and takes it? You ever worry about that? I worry about that all the time. Like if my phone gets stolen, like somebody Venmoing themselves.
Dude, I don't know if I ever told this story on the podcast before. Did I ever tell you about the cast member from Big Brother coming to Mad Lab?
You have not told them on the podcast, but you should tell it on the podcast, and let's hear the story.
Oh my God. All right. So I was...
Are you sure this guy wants you to say it?
I don't give a fuck, dude. All right. Fuck, I wish I knew his name.
That's better. Just no name. You don't need the name.
All right. Whatever. Okay. So I think it was close to like a year ago. I don't know if Big Brother's on right now, but not this current season, but last season. They flew all the cast members out to LA for like a party and like a premiere of like the season finale. And I go into Mad Lab and I'm opening, and this guy who looks so bent out of shape comes up to the window and he's like, "Hey man, could I just get like a black coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I make him his coffee, and then I serve a couple other people, and he's like lingering. I'm like, "What the fuck's this guy doing?" And he comes back up and he's like, "Hey man, like, do you have a phone that I can use?" And I was like, I don't know, man. And like, I don't love to do this because like David and I worked at that gas station in Doylestown. And like, whenever people come in and ask for a little bit too much help, it's never just the first thing they ask for.
Correct.
It's always another thing and another thing. And it's so fucking stupid. So it's really like tough to gauge whether or not it's worth helping somebody because sometimes they're just like going to send you in circles. So this guy is like, he goes on Instagram and he starts DMing people on my Instagram account. And I was like, "Oh, what's good?" And then he's like, "Oh, sorry. Like, can I sign out and then sign into mine?" I was like, "Sure." Like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? He goes, "Have you ever seen the show Big Brother?" I was like, "Oh shit." And I realized like I had a mutual follower with him or something. And it was one of my friends that watches the show. I was like, "Oh." He's like, "Yeah, I'm on the show. We all like went out last night for this party for the finale, and I lost my phone and I completely blacked out and I have no idea where I am, and I just need to like get back to the house and like find my phone, and because I don't have a passcode on it, and if the wrong person gets my phone, I'm fucked, dude." And I was
Because he had some info on like the show
I
or whatever.
guess, yeah.
Or maybe he was just talking about it in general.
Or yeah, maybe, who knows the fuck. But I ended up like calling him an Uber, which was like $60, and he didn't have any way to pay me for it. And I was like, he's like, "Dude, what's your name?" And then he like wrote down my Venmo and he followed me on Instagram. And he's like, "Dude, thank you so much. I swear to God, like I'll figure out a way to pay you." So fast forward like a day or two, and another cast member from the show DMs me on Instagram and goes like, "Hey Karl, can you send me your Instagram so I can't remember his name. Let's just call him Michael. So I can send you, can you DM me your Venmo so I can pay you for Michael's Uber the other day?" And it was just fucking wild because I was like, "This is crazy." And then I hit our buddy up that watches Big Brother, and they're like, "That's so fucking funny, dude." But Yeah, it was hilarious. So as far as anxiety about your phone getting stolen, I don't feel that, no. But this guy definitely did.
Shout out that guy.
Yeah, I want to drop his name real bad, but I guess I won't. I guess that's inappropriate.
All right. Love you. Happy episode. Happy 50th episode. 50 the year anniversary.
He's in 3 weeks.
We'll do something. We'll do something nice. We have a guest coming on soon. We got to figure out some scheduling things.
And
But
seating
you know what's fun?
arrangements.
Maybe should we say who's coming on? I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, we'll wait
We'll wait.
till the week before.
All
Is
right.
this the week before?
I don't know. He might come over Friday.
It's fine. Nah, don't say nothing.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.